Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Boozer here. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you guys are having a good weekend so far. I'm going to go over some news in this video today from Plarium. Usually they don't give us news on the weekend, but they did drop us a little bit of news, so we're going to go over it here today. Please excuse me a little bit. I am fighting off a little bit of an illness, so I'm a little bit under the weather, a little bit low energy. But I've been trying my best to do some stuff on the test server, just pump out some content for you guys. We got a big week coming up, so let's jump right into it. All right, folks. So first things first, there is a bit of news right above my head here. So they're saying this Tuesday, September 3rd. So tomorrow is Monday, September 2nd. So 2 days from now, there's going to be launching a 2x event for summoning epic and legendary champions from Void Shards. So they're having a 2x Void event midweek, which is very, very interesting. Part of this 2x Void event will be a 10x event for Odin Clanfather. So a 10x event for a Void champion is, decent. It's about, I think, 11% chance to pull the legendary. So if you pull the Void legendary, you get roughly a 1 in 10 chance or 1 in 9 chance of pulling the boosted champion. It's not the best since we have 15x progressive events now. So 10x is kind of rubbish. But 2x Void events are very good, especially for accounts that are still looking to fill out their roster. If you're still looking to fill out your roster for like faction wars or things like that, it's definitely decent to try to pull and get more epics. Void epics, for example, are very powerful. Like you got Seer here, Nia, Shamael. These are just some of the ones that I use, but there's obviously way more powerful Void epics in the rosters for everybody. Kentum, Skullcrown, for example, Maneater, Godseeker. But I will basically warn you guys that having this event kind of in the middle of the week doesn't really give you, it's not lining up with any other event, so it's not going to give you any additional resources. And also keep in mind that Plarium really wants everybody to be kind of empty leading up to the fusion. So the big thing coming up is the fusion coming up on the 5th of September. So all these events leading up to it, if you can avoid them and try to bank up resources leading into the fusion, it's probably worth your effort to do so, unless you really don't care about the fusion or if you have no ambitions of trying to finish the fusion. The fusion is announced as Thor. I did do a quick preview on Thor and Thor's kit. No multipliers or anything like that yet. And he will be coming on the 5th. So whether he is a champion that fits your roster or not, that's going to be up to you guys. But I'm just saying that there's going to be a couple events leading up to it. And these events are probably worth skipping and worth you guys probably just saving up resources and planning ahead to the 5th. So you got the Sand Devil tournament. It looks like a generic one with the Immortal Soulstone. It's just going to be energy if you guys got a team or not. Maybe it's worth saving your energy. Champion training. You got a book in there. You got a Void Shot in there. Maybe it's worth saving your food, for example. Dungeon Divers. We just had a pretty big Dungeon Diver event. Maybe worth saving some energy there as well. And make sure you guys capitalize on the warm-up event. Of course, going to be easy rewards there. But back to this 2x Void event. So I have a ton of Void Shards. Right now we got a boosted Seafy, whatever. And then we're going to have Odin boosted and then a 2x Void event. There's no reason for me to pull Void Shards in an event like this. And I would strongly discourage anybody from pulling Void Shards in this event, just because there is going to be, in the future, a champion chase for Odin, obviously for Odin's as a champion. Not everybody's going to get that champion, of course. It's going to be probably a winner take all. And of course, there's this fusion coming up. And then we also have to consider the Freya Deck of Fate. We don't know the details of the Freya Deck of Fate, but we know Freya will be part of it. And we know that she will be in the Deck of Fate. We don't know what requirements will be in the Deck of Fate. Could be shards. I think it's most likely going to be shards, maybe mixed with training. But just to keep in mind, guys, shards are definitely held tight right now leading into all these events coming up in the future. We know they're going to be coming. We just don't know when they're going to be coming. Honestly, my guess is that when the fusion starts on the 5th, it's most likely going to be a chase because we had a summon rush last week Right here, we have the summon rush last week. So that means it should be a chase this week, unless they plan on switching things up again. I mean, they already switched things up by bringing the 2x void midweek. So what does that mean for this weekend? Does that mean it's going to be 2x something as well? Or does that mean it's just going to be a regular 10x? It's actually kind of a weird situation. And it also means, because we had a summon rush last week, it should be a chase this week. And usually fusions don't start with a chase. So it's kind of an interesting situation. I think maybe they'll throw something weird just to start off the fusion. But I feel like if they're gonna do a Freya Deck of Fate, they'll do it shortly after the Thor fusion starts. So once you commit your shards to Thor, then they'll throw like a Freya Deck of Fate Shards event right afterwards. I think that's one way basically to maximize like the squeeze and pressure on everybody. Put the two shard events together, and that will commit the players to one or the other or both. So it's very important right now for you guys to basically decide which one you guys really want to do. And that's really hard, right? Because we don't know exactly what Thor's kit is capable of, and we don't know, what his multipliers are. We don't know any of that right now. Until we do, we can't really make a super educated decision. But with all that being said, the next couple days leading up to the fusion, I definitely recommend saving whatever resources you have available if you guys are tight, and then deciding once we get more info, especially on the Thor fusion coming out. With that all being said, I will be working on an Odin showcase. I have a Freya showcase ready, and I will be working on some Thor content coming up leading up to his fusion. So keep an eye on the channel for all of that. I'll try my best to maintain daily uploads as I can. Like I said, I am fighting off a little bit of an illness. With everything that I said, the event dungeon is open for 7 weeks. This Asgard Divide event does span this entire time. So it's possible that Freya, for example, will show up after Thor, or the extra time maybe after Thor's fusion. It could be dedicated to like 5-star, Heroes Path or 5-star Titan event or something along those lines, maybe for their souls. If that's the case, I mean, it's going to be very high value, events, right? Because a 5-star soul for somebody like Thor that requires some accuracy in his kit to be good or better is very, very good. Same thing with Freya. Freya does require a little bit of accuracy in her kit to be really, really good. Same thing with Odin, if you have Odin for some reason, right? Yeah, I don't think they would do a Titan event for Odin. I'm going to forget that right now. But if they're doing a 5-star soul, it's probably going to be for Thor, and he definitely benefits from that. But yeah, there's 7 weeks left to this Asgard Divide event. So maybe they'll space out the Deck of Fate. Maybe they'll space out all these events. And or maybe they'll add new events. You never know, right? Right now, there's a 10x for Odin going to be happening tomorrow, 2 days time. You never know. Maybe there's going to be some kind of guarantee for Odin somewhere down the line too, right? Similar to how they did us dirty with Fatalis in the end. But yeah, just to summarize, September 3rd, there's going to be the 10x boost for Odin, this guy right here, and then a 2x boost for epics and legendaries. It's a great event, but it's just not that good leading up into a fusion, leading up into Freya's Deck of Fate. And of course, midweek, no other corresponding event paired with it. Doesn't mean super, super good value. But just my suggestion, definitely hold on your resources leading up to the Thor fusion, and then we'll see how it goes in the next couple days. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate your time as always. Like I said, have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the next video.